What is going on, Herd? And welcome to another episode of Cover Lovers with our friends from CBSI. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I went to Heroes Con this past weekend. I had a blast. And here I am now, ready to talk about this week's covers. It's great. Baby is kicking my ass on a sleep basis, but otherwise he's awesome. And some cool things in the pipeline. I got some really cool art and met a lot of really cool people and snagged a couple of good books. So all is well. How about you?
Oh my God, that sounds like a fantastic weekend, man. I'm loving it. I can't wait to see all the stuff that you have. Like, we can talk about it after the show, of course.
Of course.
And subbing in for Jeff, we have his variant, Mr. CRG himself, Anthony. How are you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing all right. My daughter's finished with school. Doing fairly well on Whatnot now. Got 80 followers, so slowly but surely building up there.
Nice.
Cha-ching.
Having fun. Yeah, no, it's slow going, but getting there little by little. Getting a few loyal customers that have been there 3-4 times already. Like that buying from me, so it's great.
Awesome.
How about you, Rob? You're looking great with those shades on, man.
Seriously, man.
I'm in summer mode already. It's beautiful weather out here in beautiful San Diego. I had to go pick up my glasses for this Vegas trip next month with Alonzo here very soon. So I'm excited, man. I'm ready for today's show, and let's kick it.
Your future's so bright that you got to wear shades.
That's right. And doesn't Big Rob look like the Big Lebowski? I'm just saying, just kind of putting it out there. Kind of got that laid back, laid back vibe going on.
Do the bites.
Yeah.
All right, and for all you guys tuning in, again, this is our Cover Lover show where we get to talk about this week's incentives that are coming out this Wednesday, as well as store exclusives that have just premiered or debuted on a number of store sites, online stores. So before we get started, as always, let's give a quick shout out to our moderators, Uncle Rudy, Something Wong, Deanna May, and Glenn 2K12. Thank you guys so much for making the chat, the community, the show, everything what it is. We really appreciate you guys. So thank you for that. As well as a big shout out to our DJ Eddie. You can follow him at Beats by Monza. Thank you for these beautiful beats, Mr. DJ. And let's jump into the chat. I know that we saw Doreen here. There she is. Doreen, thank you for swinging by as always. Mr. GT Key Comic, what happened? I thought you were always the first to arrive.
Not today.
Not today. And then we got Inja Binja. Thank you for stopping by as always. We also got one of our moderators, Something Wong. Another one of our moderators, Uncle Rudy. Thank you guys for stopping by. We also had, what is it? Aranya. Thank you for stopping by. And you were actually early. We were late, as I'm sure Inja would have pointed out to you. And then also Glenn 2K, another one of our moderators. What is going on? Oh, I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming. And then double duty as always, right here, Mr. CRG. Look at that. And looks like we are all caught up with the chat. Again, if you're just jumping in, we will definitely hook you guys up. Oh, there we go. We got Sam I Am, Mr. Wookiee Fanatic. How are you doing? We also have Kenneth. Ken, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. And it looks like we are all set. Oh, wait, it's Arena. Thank you.
He can't pronounce words, and he can't read.
Arena. Sorry.
Aranya, the spider.
I'm so sorry.
Arena.
Thank you for stopping by. I do apologize for that. But thank you for pointing that out, spelling it out for me. I am a little slow, so definitely appreciate you for that. All right, guys, let us dive in there. And I'm sure we're going to have a few covers that'll make our main man, Anthony, blush a little bit and make the rest of the kind of smile. So here we go. Let's start off with the incentives. That's right. We're ready for you, Anthony. Here we go. So one of the incentives we have is for the Department of Truth. We have a 1 in 25 by Jenna Cha and a 1 in 50 by Martin Simmons. So Department of Truth, you guys. Mike, which cover do you prefer?
I love this book, and I like that the feel of the book is often represented on the cover. I realize there's a lot of trade dress on these, and there's always somebody with X's over their eyes, and like I get all that. But the feel of the covers really does have sort of the feel of the art inside, and really only that Martin Simmons has that feel. So for this book, it's the 1 in 50 all day. I would never pay $50 for it. That's for sure. But the cover's dope, and his style is cool. It's very Sienkiewicz-y. He's got another cover this week for a new book from Vault. I forget the name of it now. Just a really cool artist. I really like his style. This might not be his best work, but I think it's much, much better than that Jenna Cha. The Jenna Cha is okay. It just doesn't feel like it fits this book. It feels like it should be for, like, I don't know, Ice Cream Man or something. I don't know. But it just doesn't work for this particular book to me. So the 1 in 25 is a no, but the Simmons is definitely a yes.
Nice. Big Rob, would you agree with that assessment?
His assessment is right. The actual what correlates to the story the Martin Simmons does. For me personally, the art, Jenna Cha, because it's just a fucking weird ass cover. It's just, I don't know what's going on. There's a nuclear bomb in the background with a face. There's a kid crying right in the middle. There's two flags facing each other.
You're gonna grill the kid?
I know exactly.
Exactly.
Well, they were eating a kid in issue 1. So there's grilling hot dogs. There's a kid stuffing his face with a hot dog. It was freaky looking. Why is there a guy wearing a pink shirt? I don't know. It's so fucking weird and random that I love it. Is it worth $25? Hell no. In the one that right now worth $50, to me, these are cool covers, but they're not worth incentive prices. If you can find them on the cheap, if you just have to have them, that'd be the way to go. But I personally, just the craziness of the left of Jenna Cha's cover, I appreciate it a lot more.
Shaka Khan. Nice.
That's right. Look at that. Rudy.
Yeah, man. That's a deep cut, bro.
All right. What about you, Anthony? What do you got, CRG?
I'm definitely feeling the Martin Simmons. You know, it's funny because I remember with Department of Truth came out, he was heavily criticized for his artwork. Now he's the only one who could essentially do this book. You know, but those Russian covers that he's been doing are great. Wouldn't pay $50 for them, like like what Mike and Rob said. But the artwork has always been fantastic. That Jenny Cha, I almost didn't think that was a nuclear bomb exploding, because it looks like I don't know what to make of it with that freaky head. You know, it looks like the shape of a cheese doodle.
Yeah.
You know, and the artwork looks like something more that should be in the Eat the Rich comic rather than in a Department of Truth comic.
Yep. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to fit. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
no.
Isn't that funny what you just said, though, Anthony? It's so right, though, that Martin Simmons is really the only one who can draw this now. It would be like Werther Dell'Edera not doing, or Deledra, however you say that.
I think it was issue 7 where he took like a 1-month break, and everyone flipped out because they thought that he was off the book. They wanted him back on. You know, the artwork didn't fit, the art style didn't fit, and he's been on ever since. He hasn't missed a beat.
All I know is Martin Simmons makes my eyes bleed. That's all I'm gonna say. It just hurts.
Yeah, sure does.
Yeah, Doreen, exactly. I thought I thought that looked like an Ice Cream Man book to me. I just had that feeling to me. Yep. You're right on with me.
I just wish that those covers weren't 1 in 50, because I really would love to get them, but man, it's too expensive.
There's a Martin Simmons A cover. It's an eagle, I think, and it's pretty dope.
No, there's one on the American one, which is the A cover, and then the Russian ones are the 1 in 50.
Right.
You know what, Anthony? You're making money at Whatnot. I'm sure you can afford that Department of Truth 1 in 50. So you know what? Come on.
Do you want it? Is the question. Do you want it?
I'm making that much on Whatnot. Yeah.
All right. And then we're moving on to Robin. This is by Mario Ficello. And it's a 1 in 25, and I labeled this one as WTF. So Who should we start? I mean, it looks like Anthony's kind of laughing over there. So, Anthony, what are your thoughts on this cover?
What the hell is that thing next to Batman?
I don't know. That's why it's what the F.
I haven't read this in a minute. Okay. Since Shadow War started. I mean, I know that there's a thing between Flatline and Robin, so I could understand, the kissing and whatnot, that she's going for him. But that the way Batman is drawn looks weird, and whatever that thing is supposed to be, if it's supposed to be a dead version of Ra's al Ghul, I mean, I don't know. It just looks weird and out of place. It does. Was that why you put a WTF?
Yeah, it's what the F, man.
Yeah, I mean it's such a weird. If that wasn't there, the cup, it would be better. But that putting Batman and whatever that thing is there, it throws it off. So.
All right, what are your thoughts, Mike?
This looks like something that somebody doodles on their book cover in like middle school to me. And that's not a compliment, Mario.
No,
and Mario, you're, Paisan, come on. For God's sake. I don't know. I mean, I guess this is sort of like on the heels of the Rose Besh sort of street art kind of feel. But no
way.
It just doesn't fit the book again. Like it's the same as conversation as the last book. It just doesn't fit the book, man. I don't. This isn't supposed to be this isn't Twig, for fuck's sake. This is. Come on, it's just the wrong book for
I know
this.
They've been with between the action, they've been building up whatever it is between Flatline and Robin. So that's the only reason why I'd say the cover is like that. But.
Okay, I guess so. I don't know. It's definitely a no. I mean, you'd have trouble getting me to pay for any.
Oh no, I agree with you with that. I'm just explaining why that is the way it is.
Yeah, this is a hard no for me though.
All right, what about you, Big Rob?
Ditto.
I love it. Look at that. WTF.
Moving on. Let's go.
Yes, this is unanimous. Here we go. What about this one for Detective Comics by Aaron McDermott? And this is a 1 in 25. All right, Mike, lay it on us.
It's just not a 1 in 25. It's barely an A cover. It's not bad. It's kind of cool, actually, but it's not cool, incentive cool. It's just kind of A cover cool. Like I'd pay, $4 or $5 for it. And this might even be the cover I would choose. There's nothing wrong with the art. And I like the green, and obviously that's the right color. But it's just not an incentive. It doesn't blow me away. I would never pay an extra red cent for this.
Wow. What about you, Big Rob? Are you feeling the same way?
Fucking boring cover. The Power Rangers did it better. What do you think, Anthony?
Rob
Anthony's
really isn't
speechless. Look at that. He is speechless. He doesn't like this cover.
It's boring. It doesn't
no, you're right.
The Power Rangers did it a lot better. You go look for the Power Rangers foil covers. A lot better than this. This is just an homage to that, really.
You guys don't even like the ring here? Like, there's a little Batman right here.
Woohoo.
This falls into the I could draw it category, and so there's no way I'm buying
it. Oh, man. All right, let's move on. Hopefully we'll find something you guys like. Is it this
I like
one
the
here by Ivan Tao? Is it this one here by Ivan Tao? This is Harley Quinn number 16. It is also 1 in 25. And I labeled this one as an ugly. And by the reactions of your guys' face, I think it's the same.
Another teenage Harley Quinn. It's fucking annoying. It's like, come on, dude. Whoever, Ivan Tao, I'm not into teenagers, bro. Just draw me a woman. This is a kid. Harley Quinn's not a kid. I don't know. I know Mike and Anthony are going to articulate better my discuss for this cover, but it just
Robert. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad I wasn't the one to say it again because I think I've said it like 3-4 times.
Yeah,
Mike,
go ahead, guys.
Have at it, Mike.
Yeah, and it's not even teenager. Like she looks 12. Like this is really bad. And
Yeah. Perverted,
the,
man.
the skateboard to the face thing, like it's
Yeah.
just silly. It's not silly in a good, fun 1 in 25 way, and it's all digital. She's super long. Like if you stretched her out, she'd be like 9 feet tall. I don't know what is going. What are the pink waves? What are those? Are those? Does she have a superpower now that I'm unaware of?
I don't care.
What the fuck, man? Is she magenta witch? What is she like? I don't get it.
The
I mean,
poison ivy.
it's a terrible. Honestly, the best part of the whole cover is poison ivy on the bottom of the skateboard.
Yes,
That's the
I
best.
was gonna say that.
Kind
the
of,
best-
yeah, kind
That's
of.
the best part of the cover. Yeah, no, and and I like Tao's work. I mean, Tao was the winner of Cover Fire last week with that Grimm's Fairy Tales Robin Hood.
book. Yep.
Yeah.
So he could do it. Just he didn't do it on this one, that's for sure. So yeah, this is definitely an ugly. You couldn't pay me to take this home, let alone have me buy it.
Nice. Anthony, do you concur with that assessment?
Yes. I mean, I'm just gonna say this quick, and then we'll move on. Tao is like one of those artists that when he hits it, he hits it dead on. When he strikes out, he bombs big time. And this is one of those that just tanks.
Wow. So he just went out in a blaze of glory, huh?
Yeah. Next.
All right.
Well, wait a minute. No, Alonzo.
No, we're good.
Because
We're
you're a
good.
Harley person. You're a Harley person.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, fine.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
All
You're the Harley guy. Come on.
Yeah.
I labeled this thing ugly. I mean, it's horrible in all aspects of it. I mean, to echo Mike's point, I think her limbs, just everything looks disproportional. Her face, there's just something about the eyes that just look weird and strange. They don't speak to me like she's crazy or that she's like in it. I mean, it's very dispassionate, and I don't like it. And same thing with even like the skateboard itself. I think the skateboard looks weird. I mean, the deck's supposed to be like pretty even, but it doesn't. It looks like it's like not even off, but it's like it's off. It's like the front is a little bit wider than it is on the back. The wheels on the deck look weird. Even the Joker laying on the floor. I mean, it just everything about this thing. It's horrible. Like even the buildings on the back. I mean, my God, it's just terrible. I mean, it really is terrible. So, I mean, look, Doreen's like the same thing. Like the eyes sunken in, she looks sick.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I mean, there's everything's wrong with this cover. Like I don't know, he phoned it in, or he just like, whatever, here you go. I mean, it's terrible.
Even though to me, that's a typical Ivan Tao face.
You know what? Like, I would agree with that, but some of those faces, though, like you can see in in the way he draws them. There's some life in the eyes. There's some like with this one, it's just they're not there. And I mean, if you look at it closely, I mean, it looks like she has a lazy eye right here. I mean, it's just weird.
Yeah,
you can stylize faces and still have them look good. I mean, J. Scott Campbell's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Every Archie artist who's ever drawn Betty or Veronica has done it for how long? 80 years now or whatever, and they're all fine. So, and Tao can do it too. He did it, like I said, last week, but he didn't get it right on this one. That's for sure.
All right. What about this one here for X-Men number 4 by Stephanie Hans? It is a 1 in 25. We got so many X-Men fans here and on this panel. So, Mike, what are your thoughts?
I like it. It's not Stephanie Hans's best work, and I'm not even sure I would know it was Hans if you didn't tell me right off the bat. There's a couple of elements that kind of look like her, especially down near the feet and stuff like that. It's a cool Storm cover, kind of sort of like Storm meets Black Adam in a weird way. But I kind of dig it. I don't feel like this is a 1 in 25 level cover. I feel like it's a B cover, a good solid $5 B cover. It's good, not great. That's how I would put this. if this were, put it this way, if this were a regularly priced cover, this might have just barely made the worth a second look section of Cover Fire. It would not have won. It would not have been a runner up, and it would not have been a stiff competition. It would have made the bottom of the list, but it might have made it. And that's if it were a regular cover.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's just good. It's just a good cover. Nothing more.
What about you, Big Rob?
I do like Stephanie Hans's art, but for me, I agree with Mike. It's just a solid B cover. It's not a 1 in 25. It's kind of boring because this is a very typical depiction of Storm, but from many artists, not many artists are creative with this character. I really wish to see artists come up with more creative scenarios to present Storm on a cover than just her floating in the air with lightning and storm and raw water. I'm like, I get it. She controls the fucking weather. Give me something else, something more to really sink my teeth into the art. 125, no, it's definitely a Fowler book. It's not ugly. There's nothing bad with it. The art is fine. It's just boring.
All right, Anthony?
I have to agree with Mike, where if you didn't say that it was Stephanie Hans, I would have thought it was more closer to David Nakayama than Hans, because I know that she tends to draw the face a certain way, and the body a certain way, and this is weird. It's almost like if she was experimenting or something. To me, the hair just partially throws it off. I mean, her hair just looks really, really weird, especially the smoky background, against the black. And like Rob said, we know that Storm is in control of the weather. We know that that's her power. We've known that since, X-Men, Giant Size X-Men. So, why do we have to see her pretty much the same way all the time? It's great to see Storm on a cover. We mentioned that a few weeks ago, that she's not as much on the cover as all these other X-Men characters. But it could have been done better. It's decent, but not great. Not to where we know Stephanie Hans could really, really draw her. So.
Can I just one note? Like when I say I wish you could do more, like a good example would be Sosa Micah's Catwoman and Harley Quinn from last week, where they're in the living room, they're having a discussion. I feel like it feels real, like just you're actually, it's something different, something you're enjoying. There's something going on. There's actually action. This is just a very static, boring pose. I want more to at 125.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, what about this one here? We know you love your 1 in 10s, Big Rob, and it is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle issue number 130, retailer incentive by Matt Franks. So we're going to leave you intentionally last, Big Rob. So okay. Anthony, why don't you start us off?
It's not bad. I know that the current run is that they're dealing with between the turtles and the punk frogs, and I like the mix, even though, I mean, to me, they almost look the same. I mean, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but, I'm not very familiar with Matt Frank's work, but I like how you have the dividing line, between the yellow and the blue. And, you see, that one side you have the frogs, the other side you have the turtles. I kind of wish there was a little more, like defining the characters, like, if there would have been a way to at least make them stand out a little better, because towards the back, it looks like it's just one big jumble, and that part I don't like, I mean, I know that you have Leonardo and whoever the leader is of the frogs standing out, but it would be nice to see, Michelangelo, a little bit better, and Donatello, and and whoever the corresponding members of the frogs are,
Okay. What about you, Mike?
All right.
I just zoomed it in. I really like I like all of the elements of it. I actually really do. Overall, is there too much going on one cover? Yeah. I think maybe what would have been nicer is to have this be a wraparound. Ooh. And have the turtles and Casey and Splinter on the cover on the front, and then have the frogs kind of wrapping around the back, or I don't know, or do two different covers. Or, I don't know. It ends up being kind of an onslaught to the eye, which is a lot. In music, we call it the wall of sound, right? When there's just so much shit going on that you can't possibly discern what's happening. To me, this is sort of the wall of lines. And every element is really, really well done. I really want to see more from this artist, and I like it overall. And again, I'm sure Rob's going to say this, and I don't want to steal his thunder, but 1 in 10, anything IDW is grab it, fuck it. Grab it, box it, sell it later, keep it, whatever, but you're never going to see it again, so you might want to grab it now. I like the cover. I like every element of the cover, but I don't like the overall impact of it. It's too much. It's just too much to me.
All right, Big Rob, here you go.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree with my first point would have been, the 1 in 10, no matter what, grab it, because these are fucking ghosts. You see them once on the shelf, you'll never see them again. You'll see go years without seeing another.
No reprints, huh?
Yeah, no reprints from IDW when it comes to turtle books, that's for sure. As for the depiction of the frog, the art itself is solid. It's a solid piece of art. Nothing wrong with it. It's just not the best for these characters. We've seen so many great depictions of the turtles in 30, 40 years. And the frogs recently, in the last 5 or 6 issues, that's pretty much their current run, there's been a lot of great depictions of them on covers already. And if you really want a good depiction of the frogs, definitely go back to some of these prior issues. You'll see great art for them. But regardless, it's still a must-buy. It's a turtle book. It's a 1 in 10. I dig it. It's a good book, but not the best I've seen, for sure. If you really want, it's not on our slideshow. The IDW books this week, the covers A through A, B, C, D, and E, I believe, for Sonic the Hedgehog. Those covers are all awesome. Go check out the Sonic. It's the 50th issue. They're I believe $8 books this week because there's the anniversary issue. But the covers are awesome. There's particularly a couple that I really love. Them I probably will pick up.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot, guys. What about this one right here? Do you think Peach Momoko has redemption for her bomb that she had last week, which was like Alien Destiny? This one here is for Captain America, Symbol of Truth, a 1 in 25. Mr. Morello, Mr. Peach Momoko fan, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh, no.
Okay, I can wait till that reaction.
No, here's the reaction, which is the reason why I'm having this reaction. I didn't think anyone knew who the fuck I was until I went to Heroes Con, and an artist told me that I talk too much shit about Peach.
Oh, what?
Wow. An artist whom I'd never met told me that I talk too much shit about Peach and Rose Besh.
Oh my god!
But
go
ahead. Sorry,
that's fine. And that this artist was a little terrified to talk to me for fear that I might treat them the same way.
Okay, so first of all, let me just say this, Mike. For artists that you're out there, thank you for watching the show. This is great. Yeah. I really appreciate it.
I don't know if you're watching the show or reading my articles, because I do it in both. But either way, thank you for the support, regardless of where you saw it. But either way,
come on, Mike.
So they're right. I am a little too harsh on these artists, and we've talked about it on the show before. And the reason why is because these artists have the ability to knock it out of the park, and they've done it before. And I want to see them do it. They don't have to do it every time, but they certainly have to do it on a 1 in 25 for me. If I'm going to spend extra money on an incentive. If it's just a B cover and they phone it in, I'm not going to be too butthurt about that. But if I'm a huge fan of Captain America, especially, whatever version, and I really want this book, and something really important happens in this book, and this is the incentive I have to go home with, I'm really not thrilled. Now, this is not the worst Peach in the world, but it doesn't do anything for me. Again, we've talked about it before with Peach. This is just the wrong book for Peach Momoko. Somebody else should have drawn this. It shouldn't have been her. Now, her work ethic is amazing. She does like a cover a day almost, which is unbelievable to me. So I applaud her for that. I would not take that away from her in any way. And I certainly don't mean to be harsh so that I hurt anyone's feelings. That is not my point. My point about being harsh is that I want you to deliver, Peach. I want to bring your covers home with me. I want to like them so much that I can't not buy them. I have her covers in my boxes, but I have very few of them. I'm very discerning about them. And the ones that I have of hers, I absolutely love. And everything else I don't like very much at all. So this cover is okay. Again, like we've said already tonight, it is just okay. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not 1 in 25 worthy. It's just a B cover again.
All right. Sam says the same thing. So there you go, Mike. I mean, he's in the same boat, right? It's decent, but not worth $25.
Yep.
Okay. So what about you, Big Rob? What are your thoughts?
I agree with everything Mike said. It's a B cover. It's not a 1 in 25. The biggest problem I have with this cover, it's not ugly, nothing wrong with it, really, personally, for me. It's just that this is a template that she uses to death. She must have done at least 10 covers that look just like this, just different character.
Yeah.
So I know she phoned it in because it's just a template. They just kind of switch around little aspects of it, and that's it. So this is not good for her at all. But I'm not gonna kill it. I could see somebody liking this and buying it and paying ratio for it. But because her books do go for money, so it doesn't matter if it was a shit cover or not.
Can I say one other thing about Peach?
Sure, go for it.
So my mother loves the old 1920s and 30s Vogue covers. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but they very much have a comic book kind of feel to them, and very stylized, kind of impressionistic. And they have this Art Nouveau, sort of like borderline Art Deco feel to them. And a lot of them are watercolor. And I saw one today, popped up on my eBay want list because I'm looking for one for my mom for Christmas. And I looked at it, and my instant reaction was, that's Peach Momoko. Because when she does that style, when she does that Art Nouveau watercolor sort of like Asian infused 1930s thing, I can't not buy it. And that's what I want to see from her. That is her home run. That's her home run swing right there when she gets those kinds of covers. She had one on that Captain Marvel I talk about all the time. She has that feel on her Vampirella. There's a couple of others that kind of look like that too. That's what I want to see. This does not do any of that. This, like Rob said, this just looks like new colors and a slightly different face on the same template all over again.
She has one of the greatest Ninja Turtles covers ever.
Yes, she does.
Absolutely.
I know what you mean.
Yes,
fantastic cover. I do not have that. I wish I had one, but I don't.
So, Mike, just really quick question on a side note. Since you looked at that Peach Momoko piece, did it have lemongrass on there?
No, it did not. It was a woman. It was a woman lounging on a couch, but it was.
My goodness! Okay,
it was very cool. But she did have sort of like a feather thing in her hat, though. That could have been lemongrass.
There you go.
There's feathers on this one, so.
Yep. All right, Anthony, what are your thoughts?
No, I'm ditto on what these guys said.
Okay, I like
I'm
it.
not gonna
short and sweet.
Beat the bush. So.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, moving on to this one. We have the variants by Ashley Witter, and it's a 1 in 25. Now, just soak it in. All right, guys. Mike, what are your thoughts?
I really love Ashley Witter's style. I specifically loved her run on Dr. Aphra. And so I'm kind of a sucker for her stuff. But I like it when her work is darker. I don't know how else to put it, but her darker covers are better. When she does lighter colors, they're not as great. This looks like she put a good amount of work into it. Oh, and by the way, her X23 run was also equally as incredible. So there's that as well. This just doesn't feel up to the standard I want to see from her, mostly because she's usually very attentive to backgrounds and lighting and things like that. And while there's a lot of light in this cover, it just doesn't work well with her style. Maybe she was just trying something new. I don't really know, but I prefer to see her do darker covers. This is okay. This is good. This is a good cover. There's nothing wrong with it. From an action perspective, it doesn't really do a whole lot for me. The purple hair is nice because it adds a nice color splash, a nice palette to the cover. I don't know the character. Maybe I'm supposed to, but I don't know who that is. This is pushing it for a 1 in 25. Again, this sort of just feels like a good, sort of a good B cover. Maybe barely an incentive, but I still wouldn't pay incentive prices. My guess is, though, since it's a number 1, there's something new in this book. So this might be the book. This might be the one to get. I don't know, but I don't care about the investment. I'm just looking at the art. The art is good. The faces are great. There's nothing wrong with it. And I love her style. I really do. She's one of my favorites, and I don't talk about her nearly enough.
Okay, so the book is about Jessica Jones, and these are her variants.
Oh,
I thought so.
Oh, because I
Isn't
don't
that
recognize
that's why
Jessica
the
in the
hair.
middle.
Isn't that Shadow Cat in the back?
Yeah, I guess it must be.
Yeah.
These are all her variants. This is when
region.
when we know her from Alias, right? This is when she was before Alias, when she had the detective agency. This one, I don't know what this one is, but yeah, they're all variants, which is the name of this particular miniseries.
Her backstory is that she was a
Purple
superhero.
Man.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nope.
All right, guys. Who wants to go up next? Big Rob or Anthony?
Let Anthony go.
Well, Mike, because I was trying to figure out how I've seen the name before, and thanks for pointing out for X-23, because I do have a couple of her covers, and I did enjoy her artwork on there. It almost feels like a Jen Bartel cover.
Yeah.
They have similar styles.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like how clean the faces look, and how while it doesn't feel like a lot of action, but just the artwork itself is nice and clean. I kind of wish they had a little bit more going in the background.
Yeah.
It's a decent cover. It just kind of feels like if it was boring or in limbo. Like there's something that could have been added to it to enhance it.
Yeah.
She
usually does. Her backgrounds usually have stuff going on in them. I'll try to find a couple of examples. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I was pulling up like her covers. Like she did one of Captain Carter, which was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah, so this is missing like maybe 1 or 2 elements, and it would have been a lot better. But it's good.
Background.
Not 125, good, close, like what Mike said, but
Okay.
One less character, maybe.
All right, Big Rob.
Nothing much to add for my part. I agree with the guys. The only thing I think she's purple because of she was a henchman for the Purple Man.
Yep.
Could have been.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. What about this one? I know you're a big fan, Mike. So this was Red Sonja, number 10, a 1 in 10 by Mirka Andolfo. So, Mike, I know that you're a fan of hers, so we're going to save you for last. Anthony, what are your thoughts on this bad boy?
I like this. Even though it's simple and it's essentially just a sketch cover, there's something about how the hair just flows across part of the face. It has one eye. It's a sexy look. I think that there's a color version, which to me actually adds to it and is better. But the black and white it's pretty good. It's 1 in 10. It's dynamite, so you know what you're getting. But I would still get this. It's I like it.
All right.
Personally, I like it.
Great. Big Rob?
I want to hear what Mike says, but I'm going to just add it reminds me of Sin City. Honestly, when I see this, the black and white, the red, and just the style of the art is very Sin City-ish to me. So, right. But I'll let Mike take up the time on this one.
All right, Mike.
I like this. I like it for a lot of reasons. I don't normally like black and white stuff like this. I usually like the color versions, and I agree with Anthony that it does add something. and that's a nice cover on its own. But I almost am viewing this one as a separate entity, and I really like it like this, to be honest. So, again, it is simple. It just shows that these covers do not have to be some crazy, gargantuan piece of art. It can just be something simple, but if it's done well,
with boobs and butts,
boobs.
We can say it.
Yeah, but I really like these stylized choices. Of course, I like the character. Everybody knows that. And how many ways? Dynamite has 37 covers for every book they do. There's no new way to draw Red Sonja anymore. But I really do like this one. I will say that I threw the color version in my box to go get on Wednesday. The books came into my local shop, and the color one's sitting in there. They did not get 10 copies, so I couldn't get this. But I might try to search this out, especially if it's 10 or less, which I assume it will be. I might like to get them both. I might like to have the black and white on this. It's good. I like Andolfo's style in general. I could do without Sweet Paprika and some of those weird books that he does, but
come on, Unnatural is awesome.
Oh God, is that the pig girl?
Yeah, Sweet Paprika.
Yeah, the pig girl. Unnatural's awesome. I love it.
There are some very questionable covers in that run.
Yes,
yes, there are.
But this is just pretty. This is lovely art. Really good line work, and I'm impressed.
I like the eye. The eye just looks piercing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Almost like if the cover itself was alive and she was just looking dead at you, right into your soul.
I always think, though, even on a black and white, I always think that a Red Sonja cover should have color splash of red in her hair every time.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
Raging, I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah. Where I would take this cover to a con that Andolfo was going to be at and make him do that to it.
Ooh.
Yeah, if this had a splash of red, see, that's probably what's missing. A splash of red would definitely
ruby red
for the picture,
or orange red kind of thing. Yeah.
Just a wash over the hair. Just a really light red.
A light. Yeah, a light. Yep.
All right. Anthony, we won't involve you in this discussion here, but this is a 1 in 25 DC versus Vampire Killers, a 1 in 25 by Paolo Pantalina.
This just looks.
It's okay, Anthony. I don't want you to get you in trouble.
No,
so, Mike,
this one's fine.
Speaking of Pantalinas,
that's right.
They got some good Pantalinas going on here. This cover is all about exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
It is. I mean, there's nothing being disguised here. This is just pure sex pot porn. And I love it. I actually hated it the first moment I looked at it. I saw it kind of in thumbnail and didn't really dig it.
That's probably how I feel right now.
But there's some interesting touches here. I don't know this artist actually, but there's sort of like some Bermejo mixed with like J. Scott Campbell mixed with Frank Cho. Like it's like all three of those guys mashed together in some weird way.
Yeah.
And I really kind of dig it. There's some attention to the background, the bats in the background, the moon, a little bit of, I don't know what the hell it is, mist, something going on in the bottom there. Some really cool textures. It may be just a little overworked, but I can see this cover doing really well this week. I really like it because I'm a perv, and that's all I can say.
All right. What about you, Big Rob?
And I like actually what Mike just said, but it reminds me of like Instagram cosplayers, like models and stuff. That's what it really, because their body type, right? It has that thick thighs, big butt, that kind of type. Even the facial is very Instagram model type. Yeah, Mike's all right in all aspects about it. It's cool art. Is it a 125? Maybe, maybe not. I do appreciate the kind of that weird kind of purplish, starish hue on the bottom. That's a nice little touch. But yeah, it's cool. It's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing I'm gonna go, oh, that's the greatest shit ever. But it's cool. I dig it.
Okay, I just want to add that she could crush a coal and turn it into a diamond right here.
Ferris Bueller.
One I was gonna ask what Alonzo's opinion was.
No, I mean I picked this cover looking like, oh my god, like that's a booty for you. That booty will turn a coal into a diamond right there.
That's like the bad guy from GoldenEye, the Russian chick. She just grabs you from her legs.
Yes, that's right. Xenia on the top.
Yeah, and just squeezes you to death. Yeah.
Hey, Rudy, is that a Van Halen reference? Well, 5150.
Oh, it's Rudy.
Or are you actually
He's a
referencing the
DJ.
police code? Are you actually referencing the police code for insanity, which is also 50?
It's also 5150. I like the way Harley looks, to be honest with you. I dig this cover, but yeah, Catwoman looks a little weird. But if it was just Harley, I'd be all over it. Like, Harley looks great.
Which is what I wanted to mention. That Harley looks fine, but the way he drew Catwoman, especially from the waist down, it just looks really weird.
It's different. It's different.
Different, but I mean, does any woman look like that? I mean,
yeah, Instagram.
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are, Anthony.
I mean, other than a Photoshop tune-up. I mean, you know.
I swear I saw somebody like that at Costco the other day.
Yeah.
And how tight were those pants?
Where's your
Come on,
Costco,
Anthony.
bro?
They were very tight. Look at that.
Yoga, inward dog.
There you go. There you go. All right. And moving to something a little bit more G-rated, we have Kanto #1, a retailer incentive of 1 in 10 by Liana Kanga.
This cover's awesome.
So, Big Rob, I know you're a fan of Kanto and also the colors. What are your thoughts on this particular one?
I was personally trying to get out of this run because I bought all the Kanto runs also up to this point. I was trying to just cut back a bit, and I saw this cover. Like, you son of a bitch. It has all the aspects. It has the bright colors that I love when usually in covers. That neon hot pink, I love that, and it's just very cool. It looks familiar somehow. The art looks familiar. I can't really pinpoint it where, but I appreciate Kanto. It's a different depiction of him, and I love it. So I definitely pre-ordered this for sure. I did. So
Nice.
yeah, it's in my pool.
All right. What about you, Mike?
I love this cover. I love all the things about it. The color choices are cool as hell. The style, sort of a Michael Cho kind of a feel. And there's another artist, I think Halen is his name. He did like an Optimus Prime and Megatron variant. At one point, he did the Turtles. And I think he did like some Star Trek variants, like a Spock or something like that. Very cool, stylized sort of look. It fits perfectly with this title. It's all around. I love it when the right artist does the right art for the right book the right way. And I feel like that's what happens here. This should have been a 1 in 100. I'm happy it's a 1 in 10. I might actually be able to get it.
Oh, I'd be crazy. I double 1 in 100.
Yeah, I dig everything about this cover. It's perfect for this book.
Nice. Anthony.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with Kanto.
But that's okay. We're just talking about the cover, sir.
No, I know that. I know.
We're just talking about the cover, sir.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying, but I am getting the one that's coming out this week. This cover is great. The back, the way the eyes are looking out, has like a nice, eerie, spooky type of a feel to it, without being overly overly dark. And I like how the reflection of whoever it is, the bad guy, I guess, the antagonist, or being reflected off the axe. And I don't know if that's blood or if that's supposed to be a scarf or like going around, but it's great. Especially with the red moon in the background. I mean, this is a cover that, if obviously I don't know nothing about Kanto, but it's still it draws you in, which is what a cover's supposed to do.
Can I add 2 notes? So
Go ahead.
I think that the art, I think I pinpointed. I think it reminds me the vibe of Walt Disney's 1950s film of Ichabod Crane, The Legend of the Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, yes, it does. Nice.
Yeah.
It has that vibe to it. And my second point is, I wish I did deal with Kanto. They do this with Kanto every different run. The first issue has this crazy, really nice 1 in 10 variant. and they don't continue that in the rest of issue 2, 3, 4, and 5. That was it's more of a generic 1 in 10. So once again, they're doing a 1 in 10. It's really different from the rest of the 1 in 10s and the rest of the run. And I wish they'd do this more different kind of type of art with the 1 in 10s going forward, but they probably won't because that's their history with the other 4 story arcs they've done with Kanto already. So 4 or 5 story arcs.
I'm a huge Kanto fan. Love the story. I love the character. And these books the series is getting better and better. And I do love this cover for everything all you three have said. All right, so that ends it for our incentives for the week of June the 29th. So now we're getting into store exclusives where we get to talk about these covers that have just been announced by these online retailers. So our first one is from Ariel Diaz, and these are the Something is Killing the Children number 25. We have Carnivore Comics with an LE of 500, and then we have an Ivan Tao version that's available at Frankie's Comics and Golden Apple. So, of the two, Big Rob, which one would you choose?
Ariel Diaz's version. They're both great. Nothing wrong with Ivan Tao's version. That same kind of vibe, that very teenage vibe on the face, but it's not as weird as the Harley. So it's cool. It's a decent cover. But the one on the left, it might be, some people they must consider it bad, but to me, this is a good aspect of the art. It's very good video game art type. That it really actually it sells me on it, and I appreciate it. Because it's not the shitty video game art, it's just good video game art on the cover. And I just love it. It could be a movie poster, literally. I could see this on a wall on a movie you walk into, go see Something's Killing the Children premiere at the movie theater, and this could definitely be a movie poster.
All right, what about you, Mike?
Comic Forge, you would need 20 minutes. I feel like you'd be done a lot sooner. I don't know, I'm just saying. So would I, by the way, for the record. But anyway, I am with Rob on this. I would choose the Ariel Diaz just barely. I like both of these covers a lot. Man, I don't know. Again, it's like we just talked about. Tao can get it right. And when he gets it right, it's really good. And this is right and really good. I think maybe I'd wish there was something else going on in it so that it just wasn't all white at me. We already got that on that Robin Hood cover last week. But yeah, there's a lot of intricate stuff going on in the Ariel Diaz cover. It is really, really masterful. There's some really cool stuff in there. It's a really, really good cover. It just barely ekes out the win, though. I would love to get both if I could, to be perfectly honest with you.
All right. What about you, Anthony?
I definitely would choose the Ariel Diaz over the Ivan Tao. I love how she draws Erica Slaughter. You know, I mean, Erica Slaughter looks a little older, a little sexier in the Diaz picture. Ivan Tao's drawing is great. I love how the rain. Even though it's rain, it's white and it kind of makes the face stand out a bit. And he does a great job. Much better than with the Harley Quinn book. Like what Mike said, you know, he definitely got it right with this one. But I think the background also that Ariel Diaz did just adds to, you know, that adds that other dimension that's missing in Ivan Tao's drawing. But they're both good, but Ariel Diaz is just a bit better.
And Tao does that same thing with the rain on that Robin Hood cover from last week.
Oh, really?
It creates that negative space.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing. So it's almost like he must have done them like on the same day or something like that, because they're very much similar feels to each other.
But at least I like the rain, though. It adds that, it almost gives it a 3D type of feel.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It frames everything in. I like it. Yep.
And then with the blood dripping down off the face also, I mean, that looks great.
You're right. The floating head. Yeah, it's not quite a floating head, but it's close. Yeah.
There's a neck.
There's a neck and a scarf.
Yeah. The scarf. All right. And then we have these ones here by Rico. Frankie's Comics, Golden Apple. It is the Amazing Spider-Man variant number 6. So, what are you guys' thoughts on Spider-Gwen or Ghost Spider? Big Rob.
So this is the opposite, right? It's video game art, but not as good. It's there's no life to her face. It's very static. I feel like I don't feel like there's no motion in her jump. There's just very like it's a sticker almost vibe to it.
Floating in the air.
The lighting in the background is cool. It's well done. I appreciate the sun lighting. That's really well done. Even mixing in the Amazing Spider-Man font in there in a good 3D vibe to it. Right. That's works well with the book. It doesn't really detract from it too much. But the actual focus, which is Spider-Gwen, it's a damn rubber doll floating in the air. But
I love it. A rubber doll floating in the air.
Yeah, real. What's called
Okay.
real doll. Yeah.
All right. Well, Mike, do you get that little rubber doll floating in the air
I
feel?
do very much get the rubber doll feel floating in the air. And we have this kind of cover for this character has been done so to death at this point. I'm so sick of seeing the jumping Gwen thing. Like enough's enough. This is white noise to me. This is terrible. This is like enough's enough.
Okay. Anthony.
I hope people just, some of these artists remember that Spider-Gwen doesn't fly. Superman does. Next.
All right, I like it.
How about her just sitting down, eating a cheeseburger with a soda?
Yeah.
Something different. It works for Ms. Marvel when she's drinking her soda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the shawarma scene at the end of whatever that was, Iron Man or whatever movie it was.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Avengers.
I mean, I know there's a cover like you have the Thing and the Hulk sitting in a restaurant with the people behind him and stuff.
Yep.
It's a great cover.
They're very Alex Ross.
They should have something, put them in reality. I mean, and Rico is a pretty decent artist. Okay, I mean, I believe he's brand new. I mean, you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. He's becoming pretty more popular with the store and centers, but enough with the single character with the blase background. That's all we tend to see most of the time. Put him in a real life situation.
Yep.
Something regular on a bus or something, or sitting on the train with
Laundromat.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Now, what about this one? This one might be a little bit more to your liking. It's by Steven Segovia, a Bird City 616 anti-hero exclusive, LE of 3,000 for the trade, 1,000 for the Virgin. Big Rob, I mean, it looks like you're ready to say something.
It's better, but still, it's just again her on a fucking rooftop or jumping. It's the same fucking pose over and over for this character. It is a little tiresome. I know a lot of characters do that with a lot of characters, and it's their almost like their catchphrase. This is they're jumping in the air, they're on the rooftop. It's Batman on a fucking gargoyle, but it's just boring. Nothing really. It's not gonna sell me, to be honest. It's not bad art. The art's fine. The lighting, the coloring, the line work is all good. It's just for me, who's bought 10,000 books, I'm not buying this.
All right, Mike. Wong's ready for you. Here we go.
So yeah, I'm with Rob on this. Like, have her mask up with her mouth exposed, eating a cheeseburger. I don't know. It is just kind of an overdone thing. There's nothing wrong with this cover. It's not bad. It's just this has a cover all over it to me.
Yeah.
Certainly doesn't have $35 or $40 store incentive or store exclusive set price to me, especially not with an LE like that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's so many cool things I feel like you could do with this character. She is such a cool character, and she has been coolified even more in the animated movie. That she use that personality for her now on these covers, and let us feel that in the reading as well as in the movie or movies. I don't know. I just don't feel that on here. I don't feel any emotion about this cover at all.
Is that Alanya in the back?
It is.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, but it's still not enough. And I love McRibs.
Love McRibs, nice. What about you, Anthony?
I agree with both of the gentlemen. I mean, I think part of the reason why we see the same types of poses over and over again is because, you know, the store incentives just trying to show them. I mean, when there used to be one cover per book, you would see an action sequence, you know, so not everyone could do an action sequence from the book. Otherwise, then it tells the whole story. So they just do these blase scenic poses and stuff, and get to charge extra money. But I mean, it's okay. Just I wouldn't spend the money, for this kind of a cover.
Okay.
By the way, the pigeons.
Sorry, Anthony and Laura.
Sorry, Anthony. But the pigeons look like the Google images, and they were just photoshopped into the.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like static.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Moving on to this one. This one is also a Bird City and 616 comic book exclusive from Carla Cohen. This is a Catwoman number 45. Mike, you like Carla. What do you think of this cover?
It's silly. It's silly, and I think it's fun, which I don't normally feel like I was going to get from Carla Cohen. That's for sure. Oh,
you're struggling here.
You want me to go first?
I'm so sorry. I just don't like this cover.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah. That's okay. You know what, Mike? I don't like this cover either. I think Carla has done amazing work. I think this one just doesn't fit that Catwoman vibe. I mean, you're right. It looks very silly. Catwoman looks like she's in her 20s versus someone a little bit older.
Right.
And it, like the same thing with it looks like Bunny Mask. It's like she's a Catwoman cosplay. I mean, it just doesn't have that kind of Catwoman vibe.
No, it really doesn't. And I want to like it because it's Carla Cohen, and I feel like she almost can do no wrong. But this is, this is just not up to her standard for me.
Right.
The hand feels too big.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's something bothering me about the head tilt. It's almost like it was a mistake, not on purpose. Should have been maybe exaggerated more or straightened out. I don't know. I feel bad. I feel bad not only because it's Bird Cities, but because it's Cohen, and I love her work so much. But
that's okay. You know what? They can't all hit homers when they get up to the plate, right?
I know, but I wanted Carla to hit a homer for Bird City.
Oh, she has a few.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah,
I know she has. Don't get me wrong. She's hit grand slams for Bird City. Oh. So I'm not worried about that. And it'll probably sell out because it's Cohen on Catwoman, and but still, and some people really like silly covers. I just don't know this is the right book for the silly cover.
All right, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I like, and it's a shame to say, is the background for each one. And it's a shame because, I mean, it's just a background. But I like the pastel colors. But besides that, I don't like it. It just looks off. It just looks completely off. Like what Mike said, it doesn't fit the book.
All right, Big Rob.
Well, I'll tell you what I like and I don't like, because it's on both ways, and I like it and I don't like it. I appreciate the silliness of the cover, the effort to try something different. That's cool. I appreciate the everyday kind of woman vibe I get from this female. Not your typical over-the-top model type Selena Kyle that's always represented as Catwoman. I appreciate that. I love the backgrounds. I love the paint splatter vibe on both. I like both of them. To me, what throws me off is the mask. The mask is really very Party City.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
I
looks
think
like it
that's what
doesn't
bothers me
fit.
most about it. You're right. I think. I mean, that's what I can't get around. I can't get my head around the mask.
It's
That's
the
right.
mask, really, that really throws it off. But that's where the everyday woman vibe comes from. So it's almost not as Selena Connery is Catwoman as a cosplayer playing as Catwoman, and it's
Yeah.
very and that aspect it works. In the oversized milk bottle, which is really oversized.
This
Uh,
is
yeah, so that's I and all it's a good. I think overall it's a good cover. It's not a bad cover, and it probably will sell. There's Carl Cohen, there's Catwoman, and it's just something different from what we've seen the last year and a half, 2 years.
So I just want to just make another remark here, just because I think Mike brought it up. This Catwoman can palm a basketball, and I'll just leave it at that.
but with those claws, she'll pop the basketball
if she
Yes.
wants.
because
All
she
right.
broke the bottle.
And this one right here, Cohiba had mentioned it, and we have it. It's the Bjorn Berens variant LE of 500 for the Amazing Spider-Man #7 that's available at KRS, Eastside, Comic Mint, and Mutant Beaver. All right. Big Rob, you're shaking your head no, but this thing did sell out. So what's going on here, sir?
It
The
did.
anatomy is wrong. The hips, ass, those legs, especially the one that's on the left side from our viewpoint, it's awkward. It's weird. It's misshapen. I don't dig that. The green lighting, obviously something to do with the story, which I'm not reading. As they're reading issue 7, that's holy shit. They're fast. It's as the actual art itself, the line work, stepping away from the colors, it's okay. It's pretty average. Nothing great. The color work is probably the best thing about this. I appreciate the neon greens and the reds, how they both mesh well, but it's not a winner. It's definitely not a winner for me.
Okay. Mike?
I'm assuming something Green Goblin-y is going on in this story. I don't really know.
Yeah, this is the new Spider-Man suit that's inspired by the Green Goblin.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not in. That's the only cool part about this cover. I actually think this is an awful cover, especially from Berens, who has the ability to really crush it.
Yeah.
Can't believe this is sold out. Well, I can believe it's Spider-Man and there's 500 copies, so I can believe it's sold out. I hate it. Actually, I think it's bad all around. It's got big head syndrome again. The bottom half, not only is it out of proportion, but it also feels unfinished. It looks like the first layer was done and then no other layers were done for details or colors or anything. The background I don't even know what it's. I guess it's the cityscape, but it's so dim that I'm
It's
not
snowing.
really.
I don't know
Yeah, I
what
mean,
the fuck.
I guess it's rooftops, and I see like a fire escape, I think, and stuff like that. But it just feels like it feels rushed to me. There's nothing. The only cool thing about it is something that's story related, and that's the Green Goblin part of the costume. That's really it for me. I think it's bad.
Okay. So what about you, Anthony?
It's to me, it's so. This is definitely not what I've come to expect from Bjorn Berens. He is so much better than this. This just looks like something that he just, like drew real quick and said, "Here you go." Because with the work that he's done on Strange and the Spawn titles, I mean, those are pieces of artwork. This is, maybe he did it while he was having lunch or something. I mean,
And go back and look at those first few Spawn covers and tell me that this lives up to that. It doesn't.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Not even close.
Not even close for sure.
I think it just sold out because it's LE 500.
And it's a new suit.
Yep.
That's it. Those are the two reasons.
He's also a eunuch.
He's also a eunuch. Well, are you staring at his spider junk?
Ouch.
Are you or lack of spider junk?
Come on, man.
But,
No Peter Tingle here, okay. All right. What about this one right here? It's a Harley Quinn. It's by Rob Siskey. It's
Siskey?
Siskey.
Right, yes, sir.
It's an LE of 300, a KRS, East Side Comic Mint, and Mutant Beaver. Anthony, can you talk about this one?
Yes. This is
All
how Harley Quinn should be drawn.
Okay, there you go.
This is how she should be
getting right
drawn.
to the point. Thank
She's
you.
She's a professional. She's a little crazy. Okay, it's great to see her in in the role that she was originally as a psychiatrist. Okay, obviously you see the Joker socks, hanging there and stuff, and and we know obviously it's Harley Quinn. You see the different colors of her clothes, but yeah, this is great. I like this. I really, really do. But this is how she should be drawn.
Okay. Anthony, you have a comment from Glenn. I just want to kind of just put it up here just so you can see it.
And how does he know?
Well, he saw that your hands weren't up here and they were down here, and you immediately said, like, oh my God, I want to talk about this cover. So
this is how she should be drawn. Yeah.
Look at Mike. Mike, what's going on?
Before I talk about this cover, I just want everyone to see my hands. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, hell, she could, have me on the couch any day.
Yep.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. I agree with you 100%. And this is exactly like what I said about the Kanto cover. This artist who I've never heard of him in my whole life.
Yeah.
Clearly thought about this cover before he went at it. And I love all the choices. I love the Joker socks. I love that she's in her psychiatry costume that still has the Harley feel with the red on one side, the black on the other side. There's the sexy nurse vibe. She's an adult, for God's sake. It's a cool angle. I still got my hands up just to make sure everyone knows. It's got sort of like that Basic Instinct thing going on, the craziness in her eyes.
Yes.
Everything about this cover is good. This is a really solid, good cover. This is one that I might pay for. LE 300, I'm assuming it's long gone at this point. But either way, this is a winner all around. And the art is just good. The art is just really good. Let's not even talk about all the choices and the sexiness of it, but the actual technique is very masterful. It's really good stuff. I like this a lot.
All right, Big Rob.
Hands still.
I guess I'm going to be the asshole on this one. I'll bring my inner GIF in spirit here. I just think the legs are off a bit. I think the proportions of the legs, the anglage, just it's not something about it is off. It doesn't make sense. Logically doesn't make sense for her legs are crossed, but I don't know. I'm just being a dick about it. And also, I don't know. I know you guys. I see why you guys dig her representation. Yeah, I don't like TNH Harley. I hate that. But to me, my mental image of Harley is a 20-year-old, not a 45-year-old.
Oh,
I see about 45 here. Honestly, that's what I see.
You know what? It did sell out too, by the way.
Oh yeah, 300.
I went looking. Yeah,
I wasn't even gonna look.
But everything else, I appreciate the whole scenario he built around it. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was cool. It was $40 and it sold out.
$40 for what? Just for there was no Virgin or anything, just for a single book.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang.
Well, it said from $40. Let me see. No, they had a non-graded. They had a sign, a CGC 9.8. Yeah, everything sold out.
Mm-hmm. I dig this cover for all the reasons. I like that it's like we get a psychiatrist Harley, and that's something that we don't see very often. So I'm glad that this artist did it this way, and I love the angle of the art too, because I mean it's very unique. Like I don't know if she's like sitting in the chair properly or is like kind of sitting on it differently, and then I kind of like that. I mean, it's just very it's kind of open to interpretation, which is why I really dig it. And I do like, and I think JD had mentioned that whole like Hello Nurse feel, like or you know, Hot for Teacher vibe. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's two
and I
Van
wish-
Halen references in one night.
I
Love
know,
it.
and I wish I would have gotten this one. I missed out. It sold out too quickly for me. And then we have this one. It's we're going from sexy to cute. This is a Little Red Ronin by Hugh Din. It's an LE of 200 from Spectral Comics. And just so you know, this is a Karate Kid homage.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, Big Rob, what are your thoughts on this one?
I really don't. I know it's a Karate Kid homage because you just told me. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's really cool art. I see obviously the Japanese bonsai flag, right? The rising sun there. I could see this tree, the root, the birds. It's all really cool, and obviously he's some sort of raccoon. It's a raccoon tail. That's interesting. It's a really cool image. I appreciate it. 200 pieces. I'm pretty sure just based on the art, people will pick it up. But yeah, it's really well done. I'm pretty sure this is what he was aiming for, the artist, and I love it. It's good.
Okay, Mike.
I like it for what it is. I don't know what's the title that this is for.
Little Red Ronin.
Little Red Ronin. Okay. Yeah, there's some cool choices. The Karate Kid sort of crane kick thing, and yeah, I guess you're right. That's probably bonsai roots, or maybe a tree inverted, and maybe the blazing sun in the background, which of course also gives it sort of a Japanese flag kind of a look too, as well. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy this 200 pieces if this book pops. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, and it did sell out too. Just also too, FYI.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a very unique image. So
Right.
It is. Yeah.
Anthony.
It's very good for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like it for its simplicity, but I mean, I kind of wish it was a little bigger, but it almost feels like there's too much empty space. You know, I mean, otherwise it's a great piece of artwork. I mean, I like it. You know, I like how when you have the raccoon, and yet because of the brush strokes, it almost feels like you could feel the wind passing through it.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
You
the
know,
fading.
so,
The fade,
yeah, yeah.
I think the empty space more
Yeah,
to
and then-
depict the Japanese flag, right? I think that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Partially, yeah, I think so. You know, and then with the circle, you see the blood dripping. You know, almost as if it's feeding the roots.
Oh,
I mean, like I said, it's a great picture.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just like I said, the background almost feels like there's too much empty space, but otherwise, no, it's great. I like it.
I like that the one bird is black against the sun. And
Yes.
the two
Yeah.
birds that aren't are
Yeah,
red.
that's cool.
All right. Here we go. Big Rob.
Wow.
We have Street Fighter Swimsuit 2022. Derek
shit.
Chu.
I missed this
It's
one.
actually Carnivore Comics. I'm sorry about it. It's not Unknown. It is from Carnivore Comics, and it's an LE of 400. And this is Big Rob's thirst trap. But I'm not going to go Big Rob. We're going to save you for last. Anthony, are you okay talking about this one?
Did this thing sell out?
It's not. It's on. It's going to be going on sale.
This
They
will
just,
sell
they
out.
just released the image today.
I mean, I tend to like Derek Chu's artwork. I mean, I know that it's a digital image, which I know Mike definitely doesn't really like. Sorry, Mike, if I blew up the spot for you like that.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna just say it again. So,
but sorry, huh? It's a sexy image. To me, the way the other swimsuit covers looked, this should have been on there. You know, I know that some of the covers were fun and everything, but this depicts exactly what's going to be in the book. It's exactly what it is. you know, and this is how Cammy's supposed to look, not how Ivan Tao drew her, you know, with that other cover.
Yep.
But yeah, no, she's perfect.
She is perfect. What about you, Mike? Is she perfect, Mike?
God damn. Well, sorry for everyone south of the Mason-Dixon. I GD it a lot. I apologize.
Put your hands up.
I don't like Chu's work in general because I don't like. It's not that I. Well, first of all, let me agree with Anthony. I don't like digital covers, especially when they're up against something that's been painted or drawn. I don't normally like Chu's work because I don't like the silly, like super happy shit that he does on Harley books.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, I'd be a hypocrite if I said I didn't like this cover. For God's sake. I mean, you know, of all the things I say I like, I mean, Jesus, this is almost a photo. So yeah, I mean, it's hot as hell. Do I want it? No, I mean, I'm not a Street Fighter guy, so for me, it doesn't do it. There's plenty of other covers like this that are on titles that I care about. Plenty of Red Sonja covers that look just as good as this. So, I mean, if I'm looking for the naked girl thing, then I could go with that. Yeah, this cover is beautiful. This is hot, sexy, all the things. This cover will sell out in seconds. There's no doubt in my mind. This is what Chu can look like when he's not drawing like, you know, shiny, happy people all the time.
Shiny, happy people. I love it. All right, Big Rob.
Here we go.
Well, I agree with Mike and Anthony, all of them, everything they said. I appreciate. I actually totally missed this. I didn't even know this was a thing. It's of course it's a brilliant cover. I appreciate the cameo of Chun-Li in the background. That's obviously Chun-Li. It does make sense. Street Fighter comic book covers do make sense to be digital in my point of view because it is a video game. So yeah, it totally makes sense as digital. So that's awesome. But here's my one negativity about this cover. I love it. I love everything about it. But I am kind of fucking over Cammy in the bikini. Kind of over Chun-Li on a bikini. Because I am actually a real Street Fighter fan. I want to see other characters at this point. I want to see Honda, Doslam, Balrog,
You
Vega.
want to see Honda in a bikini? Big Rob.
He basically wears a towel around his waist all the time.
Exactly. So I'm like, well, you don't need to see anymore.
I never said bikini. That popped in your mind, sir. But I want to see all these other great characters. There's other great female characters they also have, but it's always Chun-Li. It's always Cammy.
Well, because they're the main two.
Yeah, and it's boring. Honestly, it's kind of boring for me as a Street Fighter fan.
Right.
Because there's 25 covers of Cammy just as good as this one out there already. Yeah, and then going back 10 years, honestly, I hate to be a negative Nancy on this because this is such a fucking badass cover. But I just wish Don would push more of the other characters with these publishers and these, or at least with these artists to put other characters on there. And it's an old banana hammock
for E Honda.
Hey, I would even like that. It's just I want different characters. It's just you could buy a sexy Cammy on eBay probably for cheaper than they're charging you. Yeah.
Dorian, are you talking about the other Carnivore Comics book that has the flamingo inflatable in it? Is that the one you were talking about?
The one that's like the Alf homage that was like
No, not that. No, not that one. No, this is some. I don't know the characters from this, but she's got. I don't know. I don't even know who it is. I'm not really sure, but it's Carla Cohen. I think it's also Carnivore.
Oh, it was Cammy, and it was terrible.
Yeah, but it's Cammy, so it's Chun-Li's. I want new characters. God damn it, different shit.
Okay,
all
right.
They're the OG, you know.
All right, so we're still bringing sexy back.
That's okay.
And speaking of sexy back, we have this one by Marco Turini
with the sexy back.
Yeah, Bird City Comics 616 exclusive. All right, Mr. Morello.
So yeah, I mean, I really like it. I mean, I like the attention to the background. The water is a little weird in a couple of spots, but I do like the reflections in it. Obviously, great, but I mean, there's no doubt there. Really, really intricate brushstroke stuff going on, which is I always appreciate that kind of thing, especially because painters like Perillo don't do that oftentimes. So you don't see like little strands of hair and those kinds of things. So this sort of almost has the feel of the style of Selena, but in paint rather than in charcoal. So I dig that. I like the texture of the costume.
Yeah.
Looks more like leather, or usually looks like cloth.
Right.
So yeah, I like this cover a lot. This is a really good cover. I'm not sure. Is this the same artist that did this? Did the Vampirella on the Throne cover for Bird City?
Looks like
Same
it.
person?
I think so.
Because it looks a lot like that art, and I really like this artist.
Yeah.
I appreciate their style.
Marco Turini is pretty good.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. I like this a lot.
Okay.
I like. I mean, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I also like the shadows under the ass and down the leg. But that's one of those things that artists often ignore.
Right.
I mean, they draw this ass. They just draw a line to draw the cheek, and maybe they like curve the actual ass cheek, but then they forget all the fucking shadows. You're like, well, that doesn't really look all that real to me. This does. So the shadows are right, and that.
No, I like your attention to detail, sir.
I do appreciate that on this stuff. Hands up again. Hands up.
Oh, all right, Big Rob.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. It's another sexy Vampirella cover. It's great. I can't complain much as the cameo one because she is the main character, so she's going to be sexy on the cover, no matter what. I do. What makes it more interesting to me is the background and the water. The way actually he able to do the water is really well done. I like how it actually blends in well with her legs going through the water. The reflectiveness of the light on it is really awesome. The almost evaporation of water rising from the actual water, and it's all awesome. The dirtiness of the walls, the aging of the walls is great. Really nice detail, and of course, Vampirella herself, the lighting on her hair is really well done. You really see that light reflecting off her hair really nicely well done, and it's perfect. Nothing wrong with it.
What's weird about this cover for me is the face and the hair actually look like someone I know.
Oh wow!
No way.
Yeah, they really do. And that's sort of throwing me just a little bit. And she's got it cut the same way and everything. So it's kind
scary.
of weird with the bangs and it's strange.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right. What about you, Anthony? Are you okay to elaborate?
Yes, I'm okay to elaborate.
All right.
This is a great piece of artwork, in and of itself. Like what Mike and Rob alluded to, the background, the details, and the water is absolutely stunning. How they drew it. I mean, it almost, looks lifelike. And the way her skin reflects off the water, the light coming off her hair, and how you see the different tones of skin between the shoulders and her arms, and Marco Turini really paid great attention to detail on this picture. So like I said, it's
Vampirella Strikes, to answer that question. I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a new title.
Yeah, I thought it was Vampy. It could be like Vampy either Year One or Vampy.
Vampyverse.
Oh, Vampy Year One. I forgot about that. Yeah, it might be that.
It could be that one, or the 1938 Vampirella.
Oh, that's the Vamp.
Yeah, the Vamp. Thank you.
There's so many Vampirella.
Yeah, there are so many Vampirella cover or titles.
Vampirella and Red Sonja. Yeah. What about you, Alonzo?
No, I dig this cover for everything you guys said. I love the butt. I love the background too, as Big Rob kind of pointed out. I like the reflection that we see in the water as well, from where she's standing. I love her face, and this is like the first time we can kind of see there's a softness to the face of Vampirilla that I'm really digging. So, Mike,
What's wrong, Mike?
Oh my God. Laura, Anthony, I love you. I don't know if you guys did this on purpose, but the 5150 homage on Department of Truth by Tarini, number 14. Holy fuck knuckles. I need that book.
Okay, you know what? Let's pull that up real quick. Hold on.
Yes, please.
We have a little bit of time today.
Awesome.
You gotta fill in our 2-hour requirement, Alonso.
No, not a 2-hour requirement. No. But I just wanted to bring it up since
I know, I'm just giving you shit.
Which one is it?
God. It's Tarini again, and it's Department of Truth 14.
Send a screenshot on the chat for Instagram.
Okay, sounds like a good idea.
You can probably pull it up there if you can find it here.
Number 14. Here we go. This one.
I think he just found it. Oh my God, Van Halen.
Exactly. Oh God, I need that cover. Holy shit.
Yeah, Anthony does his Van Halen homages, right? He's done several already, I think.
Yes. Anthony's a Van Halen fan?
Yeah, I think he's done several Van Halen homages at a store. Yeah.
Love Van Halen. I just picked up a Grail record. A record I thought didn't even exist.
Look at that. Hurry. Selling out fast. Only 18 left.
Didn't he do 1984 already? Or no, it's not. The one with the baby on the cover with the cigarette.
That's 1984. Yeah, they did an homage to that one.
Yeah, I think for Department of Truth. I think back on.
Oh, that's awesome, man! I had no idea this cover existed.
Nope, and now you do. 18 left, sir. Yeah. Don't forget to use that TNH 10 to save 10%.
Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Good. All right, gentlemen. That brings us to the end of our show. Mike, please let us know what you got coming up.
All right. So, again, a reminder that Cover Tunes is on a little hiatus while my baby is brand spanking new, but it will be coming back. Don't you worry. And Cover Fire is, as always, on Tuesday mornings. And this week is an interesting week for covers. There's a couple of amazing covers, and then there's a bunch of kind of meh. But I do cover about a dozen this week. And so Cover Fire is basically my favorite covers that are not incentives and not exclusives, that are really just cover priced A and B covers. Basically it's my top 5 and then a few sort of runners up at the end, just to kind of prepare you for aesthetic shopping on Wednesdays. Cover Tunes, when it comes back, is just sort of my inner soundtrack to covers I love that don't get enough attention, that I think need to be people need to be reminded of, or maybe seeing for the first time. And when we come back, we'll be doing a couple of interesting things with that. So, but make sure you head over to CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com every Tuesday and Wednesday, especially for your sort of LCS prep needs. You got 4 really great articles between New Comic Book Day drops. You got your Indie Spotlight. You've got your Wednesday one, and then you got your Cover Fire from me. So it's all free. We just love to do it. There's no pump and dump. It's just what we like. And it's simple as that. It's just good, solid, honest writing. So head over there and do that.
Yeah, of course. And as always, Mike, I definitely enjoy those articles. I mean, they're great. I love how you highlight all those books that are kind of like, hey, these are sometimes a lot better than those incentives. And I like how you spotlight that and make sure that all the readers know that sometimes that cover A is definitely a better cover than something that's probably going to cost you a lot more. So,
Yep. That's the way I shop. So I'm really just passing that along to other people. Trust me, I'll throw down the money for a cover if it's expensive, if I love it. That Jenny Frison Death is a perfect example. I had no problem shelling the money out for that thing because I thought it was worth it. And then if it's not worth it, I'm perfectly happy with a much better $4 cover some weeks.
Damn right. So definitely appreciate that article, sir.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then upcoming shows. So we have a show that's going to be coming up this Wednesday, and it is for us Ms. Marvel groupies. Movies and shows with Jeff, aka at Geek Driven, where we're going to be talking about Ms. Marvel episode 4. And joining us will be Haley, Shy Comic Girl, and also Candace. So we are going to be talking about Ms. Marvel episode 4. Super excited. If you haven't seen the episodes, you really need to get a Disney Plus subscription because Ms. Marvel is unbelievable.
You gotta watch
and
episode 3.
And then Anthony, this is a show that you partake in.
Yes. So it's movies and shows where we talk about Obi-Wan. It's with JR at Rogue's Law and Jeff at Geek Driven. Last week we had Sarah, a She Geek from Nearing Nirvana. I don't know if she'll be coming back. I guess so, because she's great. So we break down the episode. We have a lot of fun. We're a week behind, so we're going through episode 6, even though it came out last week. And we're looking forward to finishing it out in style.
Right on. It was a great episode. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it.
And we start at, I believe it's going to be at
7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m.
10
Eastern.
Eastern. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then Big Rob, what do we got on Thursday?
Thursday, it's Mondo Mail Call with our special guest, Zora Tires, this particular. We haven't seen the professor in a while. Yes, it's usually the show we show our gets for the week, and there's pretty cool stuff from the crew. And we'll also do a versus for Azora. We'll do a versus for Azores. Basically, we'll play with them and make them choose which would he prefer, his left arm or his right arm. So it's stuff like that. So stop on by. It's always a fun show. So Thursdays at 7 p.m. Every Thursday. So yeah, stop on by.
All right. And then Big Rob, I'm going to steal your thunder. So this is a new show that we had, and it's with Big Rob, Steve, and then Jeff joined them, and it's called The Toy Box. This show is so much fun. Big Rob, Steve, Jeff, they show you guys or highlight toys from a number of manufacturers that basically just got released or just got notified saying, hey, this is what's coming up. And with SDCC on the way, there's going to be tons of exclusives. This show premieres every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. And again, Big Rob, you, Steve, Jeff, did a phenomenal job. It was so much fun watching you guys. And I could tell as a viewer that you guys love toys.
Thanks. So yeah, Saturday mornings, get your cereal bowl and sit down.
Yes. I finally got my damn Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I know.
Finally. Yes.
All right. Look at that. So join the club because, you can just talk about toys, just hang out, and you would know exactly what Mike was talking about when he said he got his Ahsoka because it's a Hot Toys figure.
Year and a half. Fucking year and a half.
Year and a half? Holy cow.
Ordered it 2 Novembers ago.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. And then Big Rob, you guys have an actual physical show that's coming up.
Yeah, it's the Help Me Pay My Bill show. Comic book show Sunday, July 3rd, 10 a.m., 3 p.m. at the Brookhurst Community Center in Anaheim, California. Stop on by. I'll be there. Jeff will be there. Azores, our special guest for this Mondo Melco, will be there selling. We'll have a booth set for the show. It's a ton of sellers. I would say 50 plus. It's a big building. It's awesome. It's free to get in. You could actually make good deals, buy key books, modern, Silver Age, even Golden Age. So stop on by July 3rd, right before 4th of July, 10 a.m. 3 p.m. at the Brookhurst Community Center in Anaheim, California. It's a must go.
That's right. We already know Doreen's going to be there, JD, and also Ricardo's going to be there. Ricardo, I think, also has a booth, so he's definitely going to be there. So yeah, it's a fun show. I went there as a buyer, and great deals to be had. Vendors are amazing. It's a great show. All right. And don't forget, you guys, as an announcement, you can save 10%, which at Bird City Comics by typing in TNH10. That's TNH10 at Bird City Comics to save 10%. And with that being said, we are done with the show. Mike, Anthony, Big Rob, thank you guys so much for your time, your expertise. Love having you guys on this show. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Mike, I want you to send us out. Can you send us out, please?
I can. If you want to do it right, buy what you like. Cover horse for life.
Woohoo!